I'm Denise.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Evan.
And we're the band Memoryhouse, and we're in a tea room in London. And that's all I know.
As you go through it, just your process becomes a bit more defined, and through that you can kind of just choose the things you like about it and just like really try to build some kind of aesthetic foundation on that. And I think that's what happened, that we just kind of felt our way around, working together and just what kind of sounds we wanted to produce, and that just kind of snowballed into pop music, which Denise and I both really like and really listen to a lot. So just kind of came to be in a very organic way, I guess.
He kind of forced me to do it one day, and that's kind of how it happened.
You fell off a peach truck on the way to Georgia, basically, and I found you.
Yeah, on the side of the road, and you're like, "Come on, girl,
yeah.
I'll give you a job." I was like that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Story.
Turned me into a city girl.
Yeah.
Brushed my hair.
You learned the game fast.
Yeah.
And I was just living in the woods.
Yeah.
And they picked me up one day.
You were that.
You were recording an album in the woods.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin?
Yes.
Right. I think it's just kind of floaty pop music, maybe in the same vein as a Bell and Sebastian, or possibly Broadcast. Just kind of melancholic, contemplative pop music is what I generally think of it as, but probably don't say those words much for fear of getting punched. If possibly there is some ambivalence about being a rock band in the early formation of the group was, probably pretty self-evident in the music. I think that we kind of embrace that role, and we really enjoy it, and I think it's just a lot of fun when we get to be kind of goofy and flighty on stage and just, live all the rock tropes that you hear about when you're a kid, watching like The Last Waltz and stuff like that. I think obviously we're not living anything that cool, but that's the goal, I think. I started doing like really like Baroque kind of orchestral stuff, and I think when I was at the point where I was ready to start working on Memoryhouse, I was actually greatly informed by Memoryhouse, the album by German composer Max Richter, who was kind of, again, like just a total inverse of what I had, grown up listening to and grown up, learning basically to write and compose and arrange. It was all about, using negative space and letting things breathe, and, letting one little piano plink last for 30 minutes or whatever, not to that extent, but just embracing minimalism and letting the songs really breathe. And so when I started, I guess taking composing a bit more seriously, I really got into that strain of composition. I think the best kind of pop songwriting is very lean and very measured, and not so much about just creating a huge cacophony of sound. Sufjan Stevens does it to a really wonderful result, but just generally in pop music you want to try to cut the fat and really have very solid foundation to embrace, such as the vocals and the beat and stuff like that. So I think that it actually translated quite naturally, and it was just a really interesting challenge to get to switch things up and start writing pop music, but I'm still learning. I haven't written Umbrella yet.
Umbrella? That's your benchmark?
I guess so.